it's World Book Day. We're encouraging you all to read, and it's not for the sake of reading alone. I know your teachers have told you read your book so you pass. I know you're at a class right now where you have to read to pass. You have WAEC, you have JAMB probably. But I want to talk to you about how books generally, not school books, have helped me in my own life. I'll start with a story about when I was much younger, when my mom came home with some books and said we should read. Those books were by Ben Carson. Apparently, she read an article about these books, right? About how Ben Carson was a presidential candidate in the last United States election. He's the first black neurosurgeon in the world. A neurosurgeon is a brain surgeon. So basically, he operates on people's brains and they don't die ever. He's the first person in the world to have successfully done that. And he has trained other people to be like him. So he has a Guinness World Record. He's a prodigy. It's a big deal now. So basically, he wrote an autobiography and he said, oh, you know what? He used to be bottom of his class. He used to fail. Like, he did not know anything at all and he was not ready to know anything. And his mom got really scared. And she used to be a cleaner actually, and apparently she noticed that the houses she used to clean were houses of rich people, and these people had television but they never turned it on. Big TVs. Meanwhile, she would go home and the small TV that they had, her sons were always in front of the TV 24/7, watching cartoons, watching this, watching that. So my mom decided to try exactly the same thing with us. So you know, no more TV for you until you read the books I buy for you. That was not a good time in my life. Basically, there was no cartoon, there was no DSTV for me. That's rough, actually. That's rough. Yeah, for a child that was as playful as I was, that loved cartoons as much as I did, that was punishment. Everyone loves DSTV, everyone loves cartoons. So basically, those books, they didn't work out for me. I hated those books because I did not understand anything they were saying. But for me to be able to watch my cartoons, I had to find a book to read to replace it. And eventually I found these books written by this man called Enid Blyton. He's an American author and he writes children's books. And then he wrote books about, he had these books about children, about white boys, white girls. They had blonde hair, they had blue eyes, they lived in gingerbread houses, they had pine trees. It was winter, it was summer, it was autumn and spring. They had snowmen with carrot noses, and I'm like, snowmen, okay? What is snow? What, like, first of all, what is a blue eye? I don't know our eyes had colors, and we're supposed to know the color of our eyes in the first place. I had no idea. You know, when you just see, so everyone has brown eyes around you, right? And you're like, oh, that's normal. So I started to ask, why do people have blue eyes? Are they sick? Are they strange? Why do they have green eyes? Are they from the devil? I started to ask questions and I found that, you know what, it's normal. Like, people in other parts of the world have different colors of eyes, like pupils, than I do. I found out that snow falls in other parts of the world and it doesn't fall in Nigeria. And I started wondering why. Wondering why made me find out more, because I asked questions. Why is it that it doesn't snow in Nigeria? Is it too dirty? Actually, someone told me that it doesn't snow in Nigeria because it's too dirty. Don't believe that. I found that it was because of our position in the world, like where Nigeria is. We're near the Sahara, so we have more dust than snow. So it's not dusty because we are dirty people. It's dusty because the wind brings dust with it, and snow falls because of the way, like, the position of the countries at a part of the world. Oh, why does snow fall? Like, started to ask more questions. I found out that, you know what, we're black, we have melanin in our body because God knew that he was putting us in an area where there was sun. So the melanin, we're black not because it's a bad thing, but the black is supposed to protect our skin from the sun. I learned all of that just by asking questions from information from a book, right? Because I was very curious, what's a gingerbread house? What did they make bread with in the first place? So what did they not make gingerbread? How is it different from regular bread? I started to ask all these funny questions and I started to get answers and I started to know, right? These are things that you don't think about except you see it in the book or except someone mentions it to you. And how many times do you get lucky that someone will mention this kind of information to you? Sometimes you don't have. I didn't travel until I was almost in university. That's travel out of the country. But because I had read books about different countries, I had an idea of how different countries were, at least their politics, at least their weather, or at least the color of people that stay in them, right? Like, you know, they are like black people in Europe. They are originally from here. Like, it's so, like, God has made this world so diverse, so like in so many ways, so many animals, so many things that you won't find out about if you don't have a book. And why do you have to find out about this thing? I'm fine. The one I know said, do I even know you finish? Ask yourself that. But the thing is that, do you want to remain where you are? The thing is that knowledge is power. When you know something, no one can take it away from you. People can force you to eat, people can force you to go to school, they can force you to go out, force you to do so many things, but no one can force anything into your head. And once it's in there, it's in there for life. How you choose to use it is your business. No one has control over that. Like, that's the good thing about knowledge. When you know different things from different places, you can piece things together, you can understand people, you can empathize, you can create things. I recently saw this movie actually over this weekend about this boy from Namibia, which is an African country. Also, his dad was a farmer, right? And then suddenly there was famine, which means there was drought, which means that rain stopped falling and all his plants dried up. Father, no food, no money. In the whole country, no food, no money. His dad could not send him to school again. And then one day he went to the school, he snuck into the school, and then he went to the library. He said, when they told him that you can't be, I said, can I just use the library? He went to the library and he saw this book called Becoming Energy, Becoming Science. So he read the book, and then he found out that he wasn't even looking for anything in the book, but he was reading the book and he found out that, oh, you can generate electricity through wind. And he was very surprised, and he said, okay, let him try it out. He snuck the book out of the library and started reading it, and as he was reading it, he was doing it. You know, this boy was able to build a windmill, right, from corn, the corn husk. That's after he finished eating corn, which was the only thing he had. Corn husk, junkyard material, wood, sticks, all of that. He built a windmill, connected it to a radio, and the radio came on. If you see the celebration, these people, they don't have lights, they don't have food, they were all just waiting to die. And he was able to provide a form of redemption for his family. It's a movie, it's also a book, it's an autobiography. The boy is still alive. I think he just turned 30 or so. When he did this, he could barely speak English. He was not in school. Like, his sister ran away from home because her father could not feed her. Like, everybody was depressed. And he built a bigger windmill which could pump water from the well to water his dad's plant. And his father, like, the whole community benefited from it. Now, he might not have, for some people that's not a big deal, for some people that's not what you want to do in your life, you don't want to build windmill, but he was basically able to save his family. He was able to bring a form of recourse because he read a book and put it into practice. So it's one thing to read a book and just scan through. It's another thing to read a book, actually put it into practice, or actually ask questions and gain something from the book. I implore you that whenever you read a book, try to look back at what have I gained from this book. Another good thing with books is that they take you to places that you want to go to. In not traveling. So let me give you an example. The other time I was going through a really rough time. I don't remember what. I just didn't like something that was going on, and I was really sad. So we all go through those phases. You're sad, you're angry, you don't like maybe your parents are fighting, your siblings are annoying you. Books provide you a way to escape. Right? Like, trust me, when you're in the world of a book, you're in the world of your own. In the world that you've created. That, like I said, you can invite people, you can block people, and no one can take it away from you. Yeah, they just give you a place to escape to. They give you a new world. You can build your characters. You can tell stories in your head. You can tell stories and write it down. So books help you write also, right? You can be creative. You can become an author just because you read. And I don't like the way this book ended, and you rewrite it. When you read books, some books are really funny, they put you in a good mood, and the thing is that when a good mood comes from inside, it kind of stays in there. Yeah. So I know we've all been through times where, you know what, I don't like what's happening in my life. Read a book. Like, you could just find the solution in there. You could find a way to change your mood in there. It just calms you down. Like, you've noticed that people that read books, they could be, not everybody, they're just a lot more calmer, especially when they read a book. Right? It calms you down. It makes you a better person. I could go on and on about the benefits of books. I'm sure the other speakers will tell you about benefits of books in their life. But I know books have a bad vibe. They're either too expensive, they're too difficult, they're too, they're not just for you. But trust me, there's a book for you out there. It could be a comic book. It could be a book that doesn't have words. It could be one that has just pictures. It could be a book where you fill in the blank. It could be anything. Look for the book that you like, that you can relate to, that you can read. Which books make you read and speak better, right? But let's not go into that. Look for a book there's a book for you out there. Look for that book. Try different books. Try to, even if it's a page of book you try to read in a day or in a week, read something new, learn something new in a day. Trust me, your life will be better for it. Whatever you're trying to achieve out of life, the universe has a way of making it come together, but you also have to do your part. So do your part, pick up a book, read it today, and yeah, I think I'll end here because I trust in you. I believe in you. I believe that your future is bright. I believe that everything you want to set out to achieve in your life, you will achieve it. I believe that your wishes and your dreams will come true. At least I'm hoping for that. I'm praying that for you. I'm rooting for you. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you very much for showing up and, being attentive during this session and during the session from the other speakers. Please take something home. Please take something away. Even if you forget everything, make sure you have a point that you don't forget. You take with you for the month, for the year, for the rest of your life if possible. And please don't let this waste. Let this make you better than who you are right now, because you can be, like, the sky is just the beginning for you. Thank you very much once again for listening to me. Have a great and fantastic day.